It's always fun when you get a chance to be around future major leaguers when the former alumni from this event come back around. It helps that Derek Dietrich lives literally right down the street. He's from Ohio. He came through Perfect Game with the Storm. He did all of the summer and into the fall events. He is now a mainstay with the Florida Marlins. OPS plus the last 2 years as a utility player of about 120, a bunch of home runs. You scouted him. You saw him as a young man. What do you remember about the current Florida Marlin?
Well, Derek Dietrich was a Perfect Game All-American. He was at the 2006 National Showcase, and he was that middle infielder that's 6'2", 190 pounds, and you think he's going to outgrow the position. He's going to end up at third base, maybe corner outfield. But I was talking to him today too, and he weighs within 10 pounds of his high school playing weight. He's stayed strong and loose. He's been able to keep that athleticism that all scouts thought he would lose. And he's a second baseman now. He says he loves playing second. He's most comfortable at second base. And with his strength and ability to hit, if he can stay in that middle infield position, which we didn't think he'd be able to do, hey, that gives him great value moving forward with the Marlins.
Let me tell you something about this young man. You have a talented player that comes through PG events and remembers how much Perfect Game provided opportunities for him. When he has free time, he comes to the ballpark to watch the future Derek Dietrich. Just a few minutes ago, I had a chance to catch up with him. He kind of interrupted us mid-conversation, which is fine because he's talking about his journey to Georgia Tech. A lot of that happened because of your journey through Perfect Game. And now it sounds like we're being paid to say that, right? I mean, that's the kind of thing that they would like to have in this show. But it's realistic for you. How did it all work out? How were you found collegiately, professionally, and how did Perfect Game help?
Well, Perfect Game was, gave me the opportunity to just go out and be seen by all the schools and colleges and scouts and advisors, and it's something that just let my career take off as an amateur and now even as a professional. And for me, Jerry Ford and Andy Ford were so influential, in contacting my family and having the communication with us, and really the first thing that got it going for me was the PG National Showcase in Arkansas in '06.
Right.
So, I'm so thankful for that opportunity, and from there it just really all took off for me.
It's incredible as these guys behind you, we just heard them hollering and cheering a moment ago. You had a lot of cheers. It was '06, correct?
Yes.
You had a lot of cheers in the Red Scout team because you guys won it all here. What was Jupiter for you like? What are your memories walking around here?
So many people, teams, vendors, scouts. It's even grown more and more. I mean, I think there were maybe 60, 70 teams, when I went, and I think it was 2007, and now there's even hundreds. And so. But to be able to come and see all these kids and see them play, and all the scouts see them play, all the schools see them play, it's probably the best event, the best culmination of players that you can put together, and just provide so many opportunities for these kids to just further their baseball career.
Your grandfather, longtime minor league manager,
yes.
Steve Demeter.
Yeah, that's right.
And just a man who devoted his life to baseball.
Absolutely.
Let it fly was his phrase,
yeah.
And you remember him
let it
that.
fly.
Guys, can we see that there? Look at that.
That's
Let
my,
it fly right there, tattooed, and to remember his grandfather who he lost in 2013. Just share. We'd love to know more about your grandfather, please.
Yeah, my grandfather, Steve Demeter, longtime baseball man, was in professional baseball for 52 years, I think it was, and played, managed, coached. He was in the major leagues. He was a coach in the major leagues, and minor leagues, scouted. Every title that you could hold in baseball, he pretty much had. And but beyond that, the relationship that we had together from the time I was 8, 9, 10 years old, taking me to games. I was holding the radar gun at the the minor league games. Right from the get-go, I knew I loved baseball, and baseball was in my blood. And he was just such a great baseball man. And I never met a person that didn't have a good thing to say about my grandfather, Steve Demeter. So, I play the game in honor of him, and I got my start probably because of him and our family, and we're a baseball family, and that's how we got our start with Steve Demeter.
Spectacular. You know what I would guess, as I'm a son of a ball player and try and pass things on that I learned, only made it to the minor leagues, but I would guess he would expect you to pass on advice, right?
Absolutely.
So let's say you were able to hold court with these guys or any amateur player. What advice would you give for these guys at this point in their high school career?
Well, for most of these guys, they're juniors and seniors in high school, and if they haven't made their college commitment yet, or even if they have, and a lot of them, my goal was always to play professional baseball, but like you said earlier, I ended up electing to go to Georgia Tech for 3 years, and for me, I think that was was one of the best choices I made as far as my baseball career and what I needed to do to mature. You know, some guys are really ready physically and mentally, you know, as a high schooler to go play pro ball. For me, you know, school was the route for me. And you know, at Georgia Tech, I matured not only as a baseball player for 3 years in the ACC, but as a person and as a student. And so having the good grades, working hard in school, and showing your work ethic there is huge, because that, you know, usually if you're working hard in school, you're working hard in the cages or out on the field,
right.
and you're really, you know, you have that characteristic that all these scouts and schools and teams love. I mean, that's the number one thing I would say: keeping your grades up and just enjoying the game and loving to play the game, and you know, being eager to continue to get better every day.
Outstanding stuff. Here's what I know about you on the lighter side. A great haircut. That's
Thank
the
you.
first thing that
This
I
is
know.
my off-season due.
Here's what else I know.
Uh-oh,
I know you can juggle.
I already know
here.
it. Go ahead, give me that one.
All right. Hey, are you ready?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Toss
good
it in.
There we go.
Let me know when you're ready for the
Yeah,
fourth.
no, you can't throw the fourth one.
All
I
right.
got to keep practicing.
All
But
right. This is what I know.
yeah, this is what I know too.
Come on now.
Yeah, I've done this for probably since I was 8 years old, and as you can see, it takes your hand-eye coordination unless you're looking straight at the camera. Oh, quick, no air there. I got the recovery, but no, something I've done for a long time, and just to further my, you know, my skills as a baseball player. Got the PG logo right there. I love it, Jerry Ford. But no, I think something fun that I've got to do all over the world, really. Juggled when I was on the USA team in Europe as part of the guys, and San Diego was in the Aflac All-American game, which I was able to you know, attend that just from going to the Perfect Game event and the national showcase. But juggling at children's hospitals, you know, to bring smiles to kids' faces and bring some joy to people, but also to further my baseball skills, because hand-eye coordination, like you know, is crucial in baseball, the swing, throwing, fielding. So it's just something fun that I like to do, that I continue to do. My mom always encourages it, because she, you know, it's fun, and I think it really does help me. So
Outstanding.
yeah, it's something cool.
Thank you, my friend.
You got
we
it.
appreciate you
Yeah,
hanging out with us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Awesome.